Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Ayurveda Basking. So in this today video, I am going to discuss you all the important questions that are expected which can come in your paper, and this is especially for the RGUHS RSBK 1 paper. And these all papers are usually based on the key important feature, that is PYQ, and along with that some important questions are there. So at least try to this question. Maximum chances are there questions will be seen from this part. And don't ask guys about PDF and all, because when I give PDF you are not listening the video and you will miss those concepts. Okay, second important thing is about MCQ. Tomorrow MCQ video will come, so that you can see the MCQ also, that is specifically for this particular university. And actually this MCQ are all NCISM NCISM MCQ, and they are from different universities. So if you do those, same chance are there it can repeat in your universities also. So let's start our video. First, if we talk about LAQ, so as we know there are 4 LAQ and which are 10 marks, and the portion from where they are coming is first LAQ is chances from the, that is Kalpna Nirman 1. Okay, and in the last of the video I will share you how you can score easily 50 plus marks without studying any Rasa parichaya. Okay, so first topic is Kalpna Nirman, jo ki that is a primary and secondary dosage form. So here the most expected question is first normal. Define the Kashaya Kalpna. So you should know how many Kashaya Kalpna are there, and I will must say you just remember a basic shloka of Savrasa, Kalka, Fanta, Shrita and Shita Kashaya. And sometimes they will ask the Upkalpana question. So you should know Savrasa is not having any Upkalpana, Kalka is having Churna, Kashaya is having so many Upkalpana. So you should know out of them Shirapaka is very important. It's particularly can be asked in 5 marks also. Okay, next this Fanta and Shita. From there Manda Kalpana is usually asked. Okay, so here they have asked Kalka Kalpana. So first you have to write the Kalka Stoka, and in our previous video in which I have explained the strategy plan for this, you have to write according to that this question. Upkalpana is basically you have to explain Churna here. Then again Kashaya Kalpana is a very basic question. You should know how many Kashaya Kalpana it is, specifically in our classic. For example, according to Charak Samhita 5 Kashaya Kalpana are there, but according to Sushruta Samhita 6 are there, and according to Kashyapa Samhita they are 7 in number. Then here they have asked about a Fanta Kalpana. So I must say just remember a basic shloka for all of these Savrasa, Kalka, Kashaya, and along with that try to remember their dose also. Then in third question you can see they have asked the Kwatha Kalpana and Hima Kalpana, and their proportion difference, because in Kwatha it is 1:8, sorry 1:16, that is reduced by 1/8, and Hima it is basically 1:6. Next Upkalpana of Kwatha, it is also very important, and particularly they have a Shirapaka. Then Kashaya Kalpana and Fanta. So Fanta is asked 2 times, so it is more important, and Kalka is also important, is asked in 2 times. One paper I see they have asked Arka Kalpana. Arka Kalpana is also very important. In my university they have given 10 marks question from the Arka Kalpana. So in that actually their less content is there. So what you can do, define Arka Kalpana whole, introduction and all. Then what is the importance of Arka Kalpana, why we are preferring Arka Kalpana. Then try to take one example like Yavani Arka. After that you can write some modern distillation apparatus regarding things you can write here. So from first what you have to study is basic all the 5 Kashaya Kalpana, Savrasa, Kalka, Kashaya, Shita or Fanta. Okay, and try to remember their basic shloka, their ratio and their dose. Second important thing is at least you should know the how many Upkalpana a particular dosage form have. For example, Savrasa is not having any dose, any particular Upkalpana, but Kalka is having single one, Churna. So you should know what is Churna, what is the example of particular Churna, and then you can write the dose, etc. Then Kashaya Upkalpana are very important. There are so many Paramathya etc. Out of them Paramathya is important. You should know its ratio and difference between Paramathya and Kwatha Kalpana. Then this Shirapaka is important. and other are very simple. Shadanga Panya ratio you should know because it can ask in MCQ also. Then Ushna Udukam, Laksha Rasa, and Arka. Arka is important. Next comes our Panta and Shrita. From Panta you just know the definition, the ratio, both Panta and Shita. Okay, Panta is 1:4 hoga. This is our Kalpna Nirman first. Second question, that is LUQ, is coming from Kalpna Nirman 2, that is method of preparation of dosage form and dietary supplement. So here the important portion is that first is your avleha, very important. So avleha, usually they will ask what is the principle involved in avleha. So avleha, what is happening, we are taking any kvata etc. Kvata adinam punya pakat ghanatvam sarasakriya. So this is very important and basic shloka that you can write in avleha kalpna. After that you have to write the quality control. In quality control parameters you can take some DNC point which is explained in the DNC, and in the group I will share the notes, like short notes of this kalpna. So you can go through that notes in the our, like we have that WhatsApp group now. So there I will share the 1-page short note in which I have included all the quality control parameter for Asvarishta, for Avleha Kalpna also. Okay, so that point if particularly asked you can write in your paper. In every this second dosage form also you have to know a basic shloka, what is their ratio, what is their dose, and one particular example. In Avleha you can write Kushmanda Avleha or Vasha Avleha. Next comes second important things that have a chance to come in 10 marks question is the Sandhana Kalpna. From Sandhana Kalpna they have asked like a normal formula of Sandhana Kalpna, how we prepare a Sandhana Kalpna and the full procedure. And in Sandhana Kalpna very specific steps are there. What is the Purva Karma, Pradhan Karma, Pashat Karma, all you have to explain. General method of preparation, and one confirmatory test is also explained there, so you should know that also. Third important things, and that is having a maximum chance to come in 10 marks, is your Sneha Kalpna. In Sneha Kalpna you should know that Kalka Chaturguni Krityam, that 1-2-line shloka, in that they have explaining the ratio and what we need in a Sneha Kalpna. After that their method of preparation. Okay, and then Siddhi Lakshana is very important. It can separately ask in 5 marks also, and Sneha Paka. Okay, so these are the important things that you should know in Sneha Kalpna. And from Sneha Kalpna don't forget the dose, it will surely come in MCQ. Many times question is repeated, what is the ratio in the Sneha Kalpna. Okay, then Murchana is one concept is there. Not that much question is asked from the Murchana concept, but particularly you should know the basic Sneha Kalpna, like introduction, the dose, the formula, and 1 or 2 rules. There are so many rules explained in the Sneha Kalpna. Last important portion is like the least chance, 30 to 20% chance that can for 10 marks is Pathya Kalpna, and here they have asked the Manda Kalpna. So here basically so many ratios are there. I will share the ratio chart in the group so that you can note from the there, and this ratio is usually asked for MCQ also. And one 5 marks question is important, that is Takra Kalpna. Takra Kalpna is also important. There are classification of Takra, importance of Takra you should write in the paper. So let me conclude. In Kalpna Nirman 2, the priority will be your Avleha Kalpna, Sneha Kalpna, and Sandhan Kalpna. In these 3, you should know their principle, what is happening, what is the normal method of preparation, one basic shloka, one example, one their dosage form, and their shelf life. So this you should know in the Kalpna Nirman 2. Third important portion is Rasa dravya parichaya 1. So Rasa dravya parichaya 1 also there are so many important points, but some are repeated, so we should at least focus on them. And at last I will tell you how you can score 50 plus marks without this portion. So first important things is Pancha Samskar of Abraka, that is asked in so many papers. So you should study at least Abraka. What is Abraka? It is a group included in which group is mineralogical identification, grahya, agrahyata, shodhana, marana, and pancha samskara. There amrita karnam, lohita karnam, and dhanya abraka is also mentioned that you have to study. Next important things is they have asked about the swarna. Swarna is usually not that much chances there, but chance it can come in 5 marks. So at least study the swarna mana, and one trick is there. For all the dhatu, there is samanya dhatu shodhana shloka. Tele takre gava mutre aranale kulate jale. Kramat nishchayate taptam. That's one shloka. In there, nirvapa prosa is mentioned for the shodhana of all the dhatu. So, if you didn't study any dhatu like Swarna, Rajata, Tamra and Loha, you can write the same shloka in all the four as a Shodhana process. So, that is an important thing. Then important is Hingula. Hingula is very important because it is asked in so many papers. So, it is very important. So, first you should know Hingula is included in which group. Then basic, what is the Hingula's formula? Then Hingula Shodhana and Hingula Marna, dose and Ani2 formulation. Next important thing is Swarna Makshika. After Abraka, Swarna Makshika is there. So Swarna Makshika also Shodhana, Marna, its chemical composition is very important. Then comes your two important drug from the Uparasa, that is Gandhaka and Garika. It can come for 10 marks also. So Gandhaka you have to explain the Shodhana because Marna is not that much included here, but you have to write the type of Gandhaka, source of Gandhaka, synonym is Shodhana, etc. Then from the Ratna portion, Mukta is like asked in many papers and it asked in MCQs also. So Shodhana and Marna of Mukta, and usually in Ratna generally Svedana process is used for the Shodhana, so you can easily remember it. And usually this Amla Rasa dravya are used for Svedana, for example this Nimbu, Savrasa, etc. Next is Makshika, repeated question. So Makshika is important. From the this Sikta part or Sudha Varga, Godanti is asked. So try to remember what is the Shodhana and Marna for Godanti and what is the dose of Godanti. Then Abraka again very important. Next is Vanga Jarna is important. I don't say it will come for 10 marks, but it can come in 5 marks. So at least read this. And Naga and Vanga same Jarna process is mentioned. So if another can come, you can write the same thing also. Next important is a Shilajatu. Shilajatu also no Marna is there, but Grahya Lakshana, confirmatory test, how you can identify this is a good Shilajatu. Shodhana is used, its dosage form is very important. Okay. Next important is one among the dhatu is the Tamra. Because Tamra is a very specific thing. There are Ashta Tamra dosha that can ask in MCQ also, and that is very important from the theory paper point of view. So Tamra Ashta dosha, then is Marna, and the Amritikarna process is mentioned in two particular drugs, that is Abrika and Tamra. In my paper particularly they have asked Amritikarna of the Tamra, so it is important. Kampilka is actually is one of the Sadharan Rasa, and here not that much chances are there for 5 marks, but you just see what is Kampilka's botanical name and what is the Grahya Lakshana, how we can identify it is a good Kampilka with this Shodhana process. Hartala आपका very important हो जाएगा. Next is Shankha. From this calcium carbonate or Sudha Varga, Shankha is very important. You should know the mineralogical identification, type, Shodhana and Marna of the Shankha. And last one is Swarna. Swarna we have already done. These are the some portion from the second or third Rasa Parichaya, that is Vikranta, dose and purification, Kashisha, Shodhana and type, Sashyaka, Grahya Lakshana and Shodhana. So these are the some portion. Let me conclude. From Rasa Dravya Parichaya, Abraka is very important. Swarna Makshika is very important. Shilajatu, Hingula is important. Gandhaka, Garika is important. Then your this Shankha is important, and just study Mukta or Parvala because all Ratna Varga same Shodhana process is that is a Svedana. Okay. Next important portion is Chaturvidha Rasayana. So Chaturvidha Rasayana, don't skip this portion because it is surely came for 5 marks question and chances it can come for 10 marks question. So 2 probabilities are there. And from here you just know the what are the Chaturvidha Rasayana, like Kharliya is there, Parpati is there, then Potli Rasayana is there, Kupi Pakwa is there. So you just write the basic introduction of all those come if it come for 10 marks. Then particularly they have asked Kupi Pakwa Rasayana, and here you can take the example of Rasa Sindura. Then Parpati is asked, and Kopi Papa is asked 2 times, so it is important. So in Chaturvidha Rasayana you should know basic what are the 4 Chaturvidha Rasayana. Among them Kopi Papa is more important, then Parpati is more important. In Parpati, confirmatory signs are also explained, you should go through that also. Okay. Next is the last 10 marks portion is Kalpna Nirman 3. Kalpna Nirman 3, only 2 things are there. So don't skip this portion because only 2 things are there. If you study those things, you will write your 10 marks question nicely, because it's sure out of this 2 one will be there in your paper. One is your Shara Kalpna, one is your Lepa Kalpna. And if you see the content in these things, very less content is there. So Shara Kalpna, just what is a Shara Kalpna? One shloka is there. If you remember shloka, it's okay. Otherwise, you can read the content. For Shara also, I will share the notes. Then you have to explain the proper method of preparation, its dose, shelf life, and explain one example. Here they have asked Kadali Shara, but just go through that the Shara Shutra formation, because sometimes Shara Shutra formation is also asked. Second is Lepa, just Lepa. What is a Lepa? Lepa Kalpna, Dravya Ardham, Sila Sushkam, Dravyam Satanu Jalam Bhavet. This is the same line that is explained for the Churna Kalpna. Just some differences there in the shloka. So for one shloka you can remember Lepa as well as Churna also. Not Churna, that Kalka Kalpna. Okay. And here they have asked this practical aspect. So maybe this is not asking that much deeply paper. Just you have to know what is the Lepa, type of Lepa, precautions of Lepa, how we can apply the Lepa, etc. So this will be the 10 marks portion. Now we will go through the 5 marks question. For 5 marks question, these are the portion given, and out of them you can see Chaturvidha Rasayana, surely a 5 marks question will be there. Kalpna Nirman 2 means Sneha Kalpna, Avleha Kalpna, Sandhana Kalpna, Patya Kalpna. Out of this 4, one surely 10 marks will be there and one 5 marks will be there. So 4 of them you have to study, and the priority will be Avleha, Sneha, Sandhana and Patya Kalpna. Next is from Kalpna Nirman, again one sure marks question will be there. So you can easily score 15 plus 15, 13 marks by Kalpna 1 and Kalpna 2. Okay, and here so much easy content is there. You just go through and revise again and again so that you can write properly in your exam. Then from Chaturvidha Rasayana, chances 5 is directly there, so it will become 35 marks directly. Okay. Then from that portion Kalpna Nirman 3, chances of 10 marks question will be there, and it will come in this Chaturvidha Rasayana, so it will become 45 marks. Without any difficult portion we have completed our 45 marks. Okay. Next portion is chronological development of Ayurvedic Oshadhi Nirman. Actually it is a very big portion, but in our papers only 2 questions that is usually seen from this portion. First is what is the chronological development, so just you have to explain the different era importance of Rasha Shastra. Second one is what came is Acharya Nagarjuna contribution. Only one time is asked, so you just go through, and very less content is there because not that much written content is there about Nagarjuna contribution. And third important point is Rasha Shala. So Rasha Shala I will prefer you just study with the GMP, because same thing is explained in the GMP and the same thing as Rasa Shala that is explained in the classic aspect. So it is good to complete these 2 important topic at one place. You can complete your GMP along with complete Rasa Shala. So GMP is completed, which is a maximum like 70 to 80% chances to come in a 5 marks question, and along with that you can complete your chronological development. So 5 marks here you will get, and this is become 50 marks. And obviously this become 50 only when you write a very nice content, and you will get full marks in this. But at least we have completed 50 marks without any difficult portion. Okay. Next important thing is that Adharbhuta Siddhanta, Pribhasha and Rasa Dravya Parichaya 2. So here one SAQ will be there. Rasa Dravya Parichaya 2, usually they will ask this Kasisa or Gori Pashana, like that. So this 2 or 3 you have to study. Then in Adharbhuta Siddhanta only less portion are there. First is Dravya Sangraha, how we can collect a Dravya. So very basic portion. we can just study and remember it. Dravya Sangra, what is the time, from where we have to collect, from where should we don't have to collect, like that points you should have to write. Second important thing here is the Oshada Sevana Kala. Same Oshada Sevan Kala is that you study in your Dravya paper 2, like Prag Bhakta, Bhakta, Adi Bhakta, those 10 point, 11 point you have to explain. If you have remember here also, according to Sharingda, it's somewhat different, so you can study that also. If you didn't study that previously, no need to study, at least write the previous one that you study in Dravya paper 2. And third important is coming is shelf life, Saviryata Avadhi. So shelf life is usually come with the DNC Act. What is given shelf life in the DNC Act along with the Saviryata Avadhi, that is explained in our classics. So only these 3 or 4 important portions are there. From Pribhasha portion, sometimes they can ask the Parada Dosha. What are the Parada Dosha? And along with that, sometimes Parada Ashta Samskara, they can ask, like, enumerate them. Like we just have to name the Samskara and explain very less. Then some definitions are there, Bhavana, Nirvapa. Actually that are a very important definition, and they are 1 or 2 line definition. If you study them, it will be good, because as you know, we have a Rasa paper 2 also. So in same, we can write the same thing if it come in the paper. For example, if Abraka came, then for Abraka Shodhana we are using Nirvapa. So while explaining the Shodhana of the Abraka, you can write the Nirvapa definition. So this small definition I will prefer you just study. And usually the question came from here is, they can ask what are the Maharasa, explain the Maharasa, their chemical formula, their classical name, their English name. Same, explain Uparasa, chemical formula, their name, English as well as classic. Sadharan Rasa. These are the usually asked question. In my paper they have asked what are the substitute or Abhav Pratinidhi Dravya, that is explained in our Rasha Shastra. So usually only 2 drug are there. That is if we don't have a proper Vajra, we can use the Vikranta. So like that is there, and if we don't have a Swarna, we can use a Swarna Makshika. Only 2 are mentioned. Next important topic is Rasa Dravya Parichaya. I have already said you, Kasisa is important, Sasyaka is important, Gauri Pashani is important. Sometimes as in Mridha Shangar they have asked. And from next portion is this Yantra 1 and Yantra 2. So Yantra 1 and Yantra 2, out of them 1 question will be there. So try to at least remember the initials 1 putas like Mahaputa, Gajaputa, Varahaputa, Kukutaputa. Okay. And this yantra le, you study at least Valuka yantra, then Valuka Vidhar yantra, Khalva yantra le type, and this Svedana yantra. Okay, and this I have already marks. For example, Kajali is important. Kajali 2 line shloka is important. Please study that, because same thing you have, they will ask in Viva also many times. Then from the this Pribhasha chapter, 1 time this question came, explain the samskara, role of samskara and Oshada Nirmana. So this is actually very basic question, and these things we have already studied in our Ashta Ahar Vidhi Visheshan, like samskara is Guna Antara Samadhana. So in there Socha, there is Jala samskara is there. We are using different way to change the guna of a particular drug. So you can write that in the point. Then Yantra, they have asked Parada Ashta Samskara, Nirvapa. Then Samanya Shodhana of the Parada is asked, Nirvapa Vapali definition. This is important, Bhasma Siddhi Lakshana. I will prefer you just study the Bhasma Siddhi Lakshana, and I will share the notes for this, because it can come in 5 marks and surely MCQ will be there from the Bhasma Pariksha. Then Dhatule Shodhana they have asked, Parada Dosha is important, I have already explained you. And one new question came in the paper, that is controversial drug in Rasa Shastra, and they explain with the help of Chapala. This kind of question can come because usually 1 question will be there from the DK part. The Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940 is asked. GMPs are so many times with the Rasa Shala, so it is important. In Puta, Mahaputa, Gajaputa, Valuka Puta is asked, and in Yantra, Khalva Yantra type, Sveda Yantra, Vidhar Yantra. Sometimes in MCQ they will ask, what is the importance of Vidyadhara Yantra, so that you should know. And Oshada, this portion is from the Adharbhuta Siddhanta, Dravya Sangraha. Sevana Kala, and Namakarana Siddhanta. Usually different criteria are there how we can name a medicine. And the last question is dosage form. Dosage form is also, I think, very simple, because same thing you have studied in a dravya paper 1. So these are the important portion that you can study. So for easy or smart way, I will prefer you very nicely study Kalpna 1. Kalpna will all Kashaya Kalpna le basic shloka, specifically there Upkalpna. Then Kalpna 2 le Avleha is important, Sneha is important, Sandhan is important, then Pathya. Out of them, these two or will come in 10 marks portion, and the remaining can come in 5 marks portion. Then Kalpna 3, only 2 portion are there, Lepa Kalpna and Shara Kalpna. So try to remember these things. And after that comes your chronological development. From chronological development, only 2 questions can come, chronological development as well as Acharya Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna Acharya is not that much having content, but I will check and share the notes. Then GMP study very well. Along with GMP study the Rasashala Nirman, so that same things you can study at one place. In Puta, just study the initials Puta, Gajaputa, Mahaputa, Brahaputa, Kukutaputa. Okay, and this next is Yantra. From Yantra study Khalva Yantra, Valuka Yantra, then your Svedana Yantra, Vidyadhara Yatna, Patana Yantra. Like there are 3 type of Patna, Urdhva, Adho Patna, like that. And from the Rasa Parichaya, I have already mentioned Abraka important, Swarnamakshika important, Shilajatu is important, then your Hartala is important, Shankha is important. If any Ratna is came, same process of Shodhana is there, that is there, Svedana Yantra in Amla Dravya. And from Rasa Parichaya 2 or 3 you can skip it, or I will share the notes in the flowchart form. You just go through that and write those points, that is more than enough. And here our discussion will be over. At least watch the video up to last, so that you will not skip any point. And if you have a time issue problem, then you can watch it a 2x, but watch it because it will be helpful. If I give PDF, you will guys not see these important things which I am explaining to you. So at least give your 10 to 15 minutes, watch this video 2x and complete this portion before your exam. All the best. Thank you guys.